Bitcoin is back, baby! So, have I bought already? Or have we just hit resistance and the party is already over? You can see here how we perfectly, almost to the dollar, touched this resistance level set from the November close, both 2 days ago and then again today. So is this it? Is the party over? Or have I bought back? As you recall, Larsson Line flipped blue over a year ago at 49,000. So buying back here gives you 2.5 times as many coins and a lot better night sleep for an entire year, because this could easily have gotten a lot worse. In this video, I will answer what I have done and why. I don't hold back here on the channel. I've shared my key conclusions for years, so I really hope that you're happy, because we've absolutely smashed it, guys. And surely this has led to a steady inflow of new subscribers to the YouTube channel, right? Let's look. So analytics, subscribers, what? Minus 117 subscribers in the last month. So no, it doesn't. People unsubscribe. Why is that? Clearly it's not due to the quality of the content, because we've been spot on. It's not always going to be like that, guys, but this period we have been. So why? It's because they quit investing. They don't just unsubscribe from my channel. They unsubscribe from the entire field of investing. They quit. They get interested in gardening instead, or some computer game. 90% of people lose money trading or investing. And when do those people actually pack up their suitcase, sell, and quit? I've said this many times on the channel, so you guys already know the answer. At the bottom. Exactly, when the whales are buying. And if I draw your attention to the volume profile here on the right, you can see that somebody's been buying here, and clearly that wasn't retail. Everyone knows buy low, sell high. Despite that, 90% of people do the other way around. They buy here at the euphoria top and then they sell at what could be the bottom. Retail will come back and FOMO buy their biggest purchase exactly on the euphoria top, when the whales are offloading. And the circle of the food chain repeats. I'm telling you this about the subscribers only because this is one way to smell a bottom in the markets. So I'm very happy to see this, because here we have one indicator that retail quit here. And I don't try to be a channel for the 90% who lose money. They won't like my channel. They will look for channels who tell them what they want to hear, which is laser eyes to 100k at the euphoria top over here, and depressing calls for 0 at the bottom. I'm here to extend my network with people who make money. As you might recall, I've used a template for the past few months to try to take all criteria into account for bottom scouting. And if you check how this looked on the 25th of October 2022, 25th of October was here. So that was in fact not the bottom. And here is how those criteria came out on that date. I asked, do we have a chart bottom according to classical charting? Is there bottom construction here somewhere? And I said no, there isn't at that point. So that was a no. Then we checked the trend direction. Has it turned up? No. It was down, but support held. We had multiple bounces on the support, and at that point it had held. So that was kind of a neutral. Then I asked, have we met the retracement target? And that just meant that at many of the previous occasions we had had about 85% retracement from top to bottom. And at that point in mid-October we hadn't got as big of a retracement as the previous cycles. So that one was no. Next one, recent pattern target. That meant that we had a double top here, and that target hadn't quite been met either. So that one was also a no. Then we had the grayscale BTC discount, which at that point kept trending down lower, meaning more and more discount. Institutional players are willing to pay less and less for one of these shares. And finally, the DXY parabola, the dollar strength index on 25th of October was still intact. So if we sum this up, this counts as -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, means -6. Probably that's not the bottom. Then, as you might recall, I repeated this exercise on the 13th of December, about a month ago. Then this came out quite different. So reminder, the 13th of December was here in the price chart. Then I said, yeah, there actually is a chart bottom construction, which was this one. But sadly, the trend direction was still a solid down. That score became blue. Then I said, market reacts differently to the negative news now. There's negative news, but market doesn't dump anymore. Retracement target had gone further then than it had back here in October, so I gave that one a pass. The retracement target from the double top, however, had not been met, and the GBTC discount, the grayscale discount, was still trending lower and lower. But the DXY parabola had then conclusively broken. 13th of December was here, so you can see that very clearly. But then I added one. I said that we cannot really say that there is low risk for another catastrophic event following the long sequence of disasters that had really played out. +1, back to 0, +1, back to 0, -1, back to 0, -1. And conclusion became that, yeah, it's possible that the bottom is in because this is very close to ±0. Now, it's time to repeat this today. Let's see how it comes out. Chart bottom. Yes, there is definitely a chart bottom. This was a double bottom here. As you know, we have to cross the highest point between the bottoms, which was kind of a little confusing here. Is it this level or is it that level? Now that doesn't matter because we've already crossed it. And actually that target has already been reached, but still that is a yes. Trend direction, however, is still neutral. Market reaction to news remains the same. There was shockingly bearish news coming here and market in the end goes up. Higher lows and a massive pump. Retracement target is the same as before. We haven't made any lower lows, but totally became like 77%, pretty close to 80-85%, so I gave that one a pass. Same with the major pattern target. The double top target has not been reached, but targets do not always reach all the way. Especially if a lot of people expect it to happen, the larger players may front run it to sideline the majority of the market. Still, not reached. GBTC discount then. Here, my friends, we have gotten exactly what I was looking for. This has turned around and started trending upwards instead of downwards. Look here. This is what I've been talking about for half a year. Now we have it. Institutional players are willing to buy Bitcoin at the discount again. So that one is now gold. DXY parabola. Still broken. It's trending down in an intact channel. Don't need to know much technical analysis to see this. It's clear as day. A weaker dollar strength index typically means stronger speculative high-risk assets like Bitcoin or tech stocks, for example. But can we say that there is now low risk for another catastrophic event? No, I don't think we can say that. We have, for example, the DCG, the parent company of Grayscale, and Genesis, question marks, and all that stuff that I talked about in previous videos. So I think we can't say that one. That one is still a risk. But still, if we sum this up now, +1, +2, back to +1, +2, +3, ends at +2. And as I said, targets are not always met. It's a guide, it's not really a rule. So if we take those out, this looks even more positive. Then we actually get to +3. And as I showed you with the YouTube subs, and you can see the same thing on Twitter. I'm not sure you noticed this weekend, but there was so much saltiness on crypto Twitter. Everyone was angry. I posted something, people were like angry replies. Means that most people missed this entire move. They were sidelined. That's why they are angry. And retail positioning is a counter indicator. So if retail are sidelined, they have quit, they missed the move, that is a positive sign because the big shakers might then move the price in the other direction. So if we add that, we get to an overwhelmingly +4 here. But this sheet isn't my process, as you know. My process is more centered around Larsson Line and catching the big moves, not trying to buy the exact bottom as such, for reasons that will be too lengthy to go into here, but largely it's a statistical conclusion. So, did I buy? Yes, I did! I bought here on the 10th of January last Tuesday, as posted in our Discord here. I think the exact level was 17,433. And after changing my mind back and forth, I came to the conclusion to hold that position. Why did I do that then? For two reasons. As I wrote here, we cleared 2 resistance level in a couple of days and huge volume profile below someone's been accumulating. So what am I saying? These 2 levels, this one and this one, I've had for a long time. You've seen them if you've been following along. First, this level was support, then it broke down, it became resistance, as you can see here. Then that broke up. And actually that already was probably an entry trigger. I was kind of in holiday mode, so I missed it. But then the next level also broke up, which was resistance level from here. You can see it. That broke up here on that Tuesday. And when that happened as well, I pulled the trigger and bought, which worked out this time. Right now, it's much harder to enter because we're right below this resistance level here. Where would you put the stop loss then? There's no support right here. And then the second point was this. You can see that there was a lot of volume changing hands below that level. So a lot of people sold and someone was buying, accumulating. And it certainly wasn't retail buying here, based on the sentiment. I fully expect the trend direction flip to happen, but how then to enter on that will need some consideration. Of course, if we get a pullback to support that holds, maybe the volume support, maybe the technical level, that becomes much easier, but markets are usually not kind. A breakout here could also be a possibility. Overall, there is no sure way to do it now. That's why I call scaling it. Now I want to call out the danger of something else. Don't listen to anyone, me included. You have to steer your own ship, or you will never dare to take action when action is due. This is perhaps the most difficult message to understand, but it is the hard truth. Everyone focuses on Larsson Line, and it's been great, but I don't sell an indicator. I sell education. The Larsson Line indicator, access to the Discord room, and my TA report every Friday and so on, comes for free along with education. That education is what aims to make you a better captain of your ship. Through the learnings, good navigation tools, getting higher quality peers to discuss with, and confidence to actually take action, often against your own gut feeling because our emotions get manipulated by the market shakers. That's why you need a process. I wrote like this: remember to steer your own ship. Now that shit is getting real. Sorry for swearing. Use what you've learned. See my process as a starting point, but make your own calls. Me posting some stuff I do here isn't with the intention of starting telling you what to do. You're the captain of your ship. I'm the captain of mine. We're on the same ocean, not on the same ship. That's the value. Education, knowledge, skill, processes, network of like-minded people, tools. That's what works. Right now, I will reduce the course with Larsson Line in BTC to cater for the new higher Bitcoin price. And I'll even put the BTC price a little lower, so you don't have to feel bad if you pay in Bitcoin and then Bitcoin goes up. So you win either way. Let's check if it worked. Yes. And if Bitcoin dumps or retraces from here, I will adjust this price back up. So don't wait on this, folks. If I'm forced to guess, I would guess on a retracement. So take the chance now. And the address is ctolarsson.com. Everything else is a scam. Now I will say something else. In my Friday TA reports, I have this sentence. This is an analysis at one moment in time. Market structure can change in an instant. When presented with new information, I will adjust my opinion accordingly. And that's not for some legal reason. It is to remind you all of that. If we wake up tomorrow and the situation is different, you have to be able to take in the new situation and adapt, change your mind. Before the conclusion, fan of the day. I first came across your channel when I stumbled across the video about the 12 fatal mistakes for beginner crypto traders. I still cannot believe it has only gotten 16k views to date, despite a few of those being from myself. It is probably the best video on the topic on YouTube. Earlier today, prior to your video, for a few minutes I was listening to a live stream from Then we took out which channel, I don't want to talk bad about anyone, where they were discussing or shilling various altcoins as usual. And my thoughts were that CTO may not be able to grow his channel as quickly because he does not say what the masses want to hear. Instead, he says what they need to hear, but choose to ignore. Thank you, Island Life. So to answer the question from the beginning of this video, I have bought in. I'm holding that position. I will hopefully be able to add more positions in Bitcoin. I'm also interested in buying several altcoins. That's for next video. If you want to quit at what could be the cycle bottom, please unsubscribe. Disclaimers and disclosure in the description. Thank you, tack. CTO Larsson out. It's a very happy day. Hej då!